Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Booze. It's Friday cocktail hour, and Cody's up to no good. So, welcome back. I know it's been a long week without Andy, but we got Cody here, and then hopefully next week Andy will be back. We'll get back on the normal schedule. Again, that's my fault. He hasn't been here. Just suffering from allergies and congestion and travel and family issues and all sorts of stuff, and so you can still tell my voice is crackly. And
it's been a long couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a really long couple of weeks for the family. But we should be back next week with our normal episodes with Andy, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know. You tell us. But yeah, we'll be back to normal. But today is Friday, and we're really glad that Friday's here. For me, it's a 3-day weekend, so that's really nice. We have a kind of a weird holiday-ish thing at work. It's not really a state holiday or anything. It's a weird holiday-ish thing. So, yeah. So, what is today, by the way? Today is the 16th. Today's the 16th?
16th.
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah. Today is somebody's birthday. He's finally 21.
No, joking.
Joking. He's 26, 25? 25. So, this is probably not the cocktail you wanted for your birthday, but it'll do.
Well, I'm interested to try it. I think it's the first cocktail that's just like one we haven't just played around with that has Campari in it.
Yeah, this is actually really kind of different than what we've done. So if you haven't kind of picked up on what's on the bar, we're going to do the classic Negroni.
It's a Italian cocktail?
I believe so. It's an Italian cocktail. You're cheating with a book. So
yeah, it says in there.
I had sent him some ideas, but then we talked about it today, because he always finds it last minute. And I said, we should just do the
Italian
Negroni.
nobility.
And we were thinking about doing the whiskey version, but we decided to do the classic, and we'll tell you some alterations you can do. So let's go ahead and get started with the classic Negroni. So you got all sorts of glassware here, so I think you're going to chill.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pour it in. Okay, so you're just chilling the glass.
I don't think we want to use that. We both embarrass ourselves when we start using those because we can only grab one ice cube at a time.
Oh, okay.
We're going to chill these.
Full disclosure, I've never had a Negroni. This will be my first.
Me too.
Alright, so we will be doubling this because we're each having one. And so I think it calls for...
This is one part of everything.
One part of everything. So 1 ounce of
no bitters,
gin.
right?
Yeah. 1 ounce of gin. We're choosing Gordon's London Dry Gin just because it's handy. It's kind of a classic traditional gin. And it's inexpensive. So 1 ounce. So did you put 2 in there?
Yep.
Okay. He's putting 2 because we're having 2 different drinks. 1 ounce of your favorite aperitif, the sweet vermouth. You don't like the sweet vermouth.
Well, I don't like the regular vermouth. The sweet vermouth actually not too bad when mixed.
I noticed that you're using the sweet vermouth that I bought and not the one that we inherited from my dad.
We don't know how old that is. Wait, didn't we leave that behind?
No, it's right there.
We don't know how old that is.
We're going to do a little taste test later this weekend where we'll take what we inherited, that kind of thing, with what we currently have. And then 1 ounce of Campari. I wonder if you could use Aperol as a substitute. Because Campari and Aperol are very similar.
Well, I think they're in the same class of alcohol, but not necessarily.
I know that, I believe...
And they do have a distinct difference in flavor.
I believe it was Campari that was created around the 1790s, early 1800s. And then Aperol was created around the 1900s to compete with Campari. I might have had those reversed.
No. Well, I mean, that's what you've always said when we were looking for it, is that Campari was...
The older one?
The older one.
Yeah. Alright, so you just stir it up. It's a lot more red than I figured it would be. I always thought the Negroni was a little bit more, I don't know, darker blood red. Now, do you normally put it in ice?
It says if you want on the rocks, pour over ice. And figured it would be good. It's one of those you can have.
Yeah. Well, and because I worked today and we're just doing this kind of later than we normally do, we didn't have the glasses in the refrigerator.
Yeah. It's hard to keep glassware in the refrigerator. It's so bulky.
When we build our new studio, we'll build a glassware refrigerator.
We'll still probably fill it with mixings instead.
All right, so this 3 ounces of alcohol here. So you're not a sweet vermouth fan.
No, I'm not the sweet vermouth I've liked in mixings.
We haven't really determined if we're Campari Aperol fans.
When I tasted it by itself, it was very interesting. I liked it.
Okay, so I do get a strong vermouth aroma. Not much Gordon's. And a little bit of the Campari. Interesting. A bit bitter.
Yeah, well, that's where the vermouth comes in to balance out the Campari, which is very sweet.
Actually, it's a really bitter. It's not unpleasant, but it's something needs to be halved, I believe.
To your preference?
Yeah. So now, an alternate to this is that you could have done some whiskey instead of the gin.
Yeah, but did we find any recipes that were official on it?
Yeah, we did. In fact, it's on my phone. There was some whiskey.
Probably do rye.
Yeah.
Or something spicy.
No, it wasn't rye. It was a Scotch. And we also saw one that had Prosecco, right?
Yeah. There's the next one in this book is... I can't pronounce that.
Negroni Spagliato.
Yeah, which just is translated to incorrect or mistaken because someone accidentally grabbed Prosecco instead of the gin.
So the whiskey one is a full ounce of Scotch. They're using Buchanan's, so it's not going to be a smoky Scotch, but half ounce of Scotch, or a full ounce of Scotch, a half ounce of sweet vermouth, and then a half ounce of the aperitif with the Campari. And then it wants to do an orange peel for garnish. And I think that this might actually be...
This one also said orange peel.
Yeah, so. He doesn't do garnishes. I think this would be a little bit better to me, for my taste, if it was 1 ounce gin and a half ounce of each of the others.
I would say at least a half ounce of the sweet vermouth for me, but all in all, I'd still get this again.
Yeah. I mean, it's growing on me. And like I say, it's not horrible.
No.
It's just not...
And maybe it'll taste a little different if it wasn't in ice, but...
I think the ice is
probably helps it.
Yeah, helping me.
Because it always like smooths and waters down, and cold makes the flavors smoother.
Interesting. So that's the Negroni. Send us your recipe of choice in the comments below for Negroni, or any type of suggestions you think we should have. We did go straight off of, I believe, that book for these ingredients. It probably calls for a little higher grade gin, like a Tenkari or...
It didn't specify, it just said gin, and I know Gordon's is supposed to be like a baseline kind of gin.
Maybe something like Bombay Sapphire, or some of the craft
spicy,
gins.
Or gunpowder's kind of spicy.
Yeah, that might help a little bit, and we might try and toy around with that. But the sweet vermouth, yeah. And then we might look at maybe the Aperol instead of the Campari next time. Do a little bit of taste
It'll
testing.
probably be a different cocktail at that point.
Right.
There's probably something different. But they do taste
And everybody in Bourbon Booze has a different kind of taste profile. So Andy or Alex or my wife might all have suggestions on how they might think it would be better. For me, I probably would half the 2 aperitifs.
And switch the gin to whiskey.
I could do Gordon's, but probably do a 1 part to half parts for the others. But just tell us what you think. Remember, check out all of our other videos. Mondays is a non-whiskey day. Tuesday, Thursdays are whiskey days. Wednesdays are, did I say Tuesday, Wednesday? Tuesday, Thursdays are non-whiskey days. Wednesday is our coffee day. Let's start all over.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Monday is non-whiskey day. Tuesday, Thursdays are whiskey days. Wednesday is coffee day, and of course, cocktail hour. And
On Friday.
Friday, yep. Just let us know what you want us to try next. We never really schedule cocktails ahead of time, so we're open to suggestions.
What? I mean, we planned this at least an hour ahead this time.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, and pretty good for Negroni. Cheers.